Hello, my name is Justin Coleman, Senior Business Development Officer here at Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, and I want to welcome you to our CHCI Billing Requirements webinar. Our agenda for today, we're going to review with you how to create a case in RX Office, the budget, action plan, and workshop features within the RX Office system. We're going to look at how to run the CHCI report, how to run the workshop report. We'll look at all the initiatives that fall under our CHCI counseling and coaching program. We'll look at some of the workshops that are available to you, and then we'll close with some billing instructions. So if you are someone that is responsible for the billing under the CHCI initiative, you are taking the correct webinar. First part of this is going to be a review where we talk about the RX Office system, because we do a full comprehensive RX Office webinar. So if you need detailed training on RX, I would suggest you take that webinar. We are going to review a few key things with you in the first part of our agenda. So our mission statement here at the agency: Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has diligently pursued its mission to foster community and economic development and making the Commonwealth a better place to live. We provide the capital for decent, safe, and affordable homes and apartments for older adults, persons of modest means, and those with special housing needs. We work with housing counseling agencies, local lending institutions, realtors, and other public and private organizations. Through the years, we've gained the experience necessary to be effective in PA communities by providing services and programs that expand and protect home ownership and stabilize urban and rural neighborhoods. Section 1, creating a case in the RX Office system. So we recommend that when creating a case in the RX Office system, you start with the creation of the prospect lead case. The prospect lead case is going to be your seed case that is going to allow you to start working with the client, but you don't have to identify where you want to bill that client to right away, okay? So with the prospect lead case, you can enter in loan information for the client, you can build their budget, you can upload documents, create notes. So you can do all those things, but you don't have to identify right away if you're going to bill that client to HUD or CHCI or where you're going to bill it to. So as we mentioned, it's really a good seed case when beginning to work with somebody in the RX Office system. You can see it's useful in several scenarios: during preliminary consultation with your client, if the client will be participating in different types of counseling. So instead of entering all the information 2 or 3 times under each initiative, you can just use the prospect lead case and then import that prospect lead case into a case, whether that be, again, CHCI, HUD, DHCD, or whatever funder that you want to bill the client to. If the client is on the phone and not prepared to provide a full set of information necessary to create a particular case, or if it's unclear from the start what initiative the counselor will bill for the work. Okay, so from the New Case tab, once you're in the RX Office system, that's when you're going to select Prospect Lead Case from the case type. You can then add your client to the Prospect Lead Case. When adding the client, everything that has the red asterisk is going to be a required or a mandatory field. The other fields will be optional. So you want to make sure that you are putting in all that mandatory information. Click Save. You can also pull a credit report directly from the RX Office system. The nice part about using RX Office to pull your credit report is you can use that to pre-populate your budget. So pulling the credit report can be done via the Case Info tab. You'll click where it says Order Credit Report. You can select the bureau, if it's going to be an individual or a joint report, and then you'll click where it says Order Credit Report. Okay, your agency must be signed up with Credco in order for this function to work appropriate for you. And also please note that a tri-merge is required for all PHFA initiatives. Okay, so as I mentioned, you can use the information that's in the credit report to pre-populate your budget. You'll click on the button that says apply if you want to utilize this function, and then you would actually go into your budget and apply the values from the credit report into the budget. So fairly simple process. Okay, so once you have the prospect lead case set up and you've identified where you want to bill that client to, then at that point you can move forward and import that prospect lead case into a live billable case. And again, examples of that would be a CHCI case, it could be a HUD case, it could be a HSCP case, it could be a DHCD case. So a number of different funder options that you have that you could then import that prospect lead case to. So when you're ready to do that, from your main screen in RX Office, you're going to click where it says Import Prospect Case. You're going to then search for the case that you're looking to import. So you can search by any of the criteria here that you see on the screen: first name, last name, email address, case ID, phone number. Okay, so then once you search, the clients with that criteria that you search for will pop up. So you'll have to identify, based on the client information and the client ID, which client you think it is. You'll click on that client ID, and when you do that, the next screen, there's more information that will pop up regarding that client. So here you get their date of birth, their social, their gender. So here you can indeed verify that this is the client you want to import. If not, you would need to go back and select another client from the list. If this is indeed your client, you're going to click where it says Import Prospect Case in the upper right-hand corner. And then that's going to bring you to where you select your case type, your case status, and your guarantor to make this a live billable case for your client. So you would select your case type first. Once you do that, this is how your screen will appear. You'll then go in and select your guarantor. And then after you select that guarantor, you'll click on the Case Info tab and you'll update your case status. You do want to keep in mind we do have Appendix B in the RX Office manual, which is going to be your CHCI chart, which goes through all of the initiatives that you could bill for under CHCI. And we have all of the case types, case status, and guarantors listed. So you want to refer to that, make sure you have it right before you're selecting the case type, case status, and guarantor here in the system. Section 2 is where you'll go in and you'll complete the budget for your client. So your budget's going to be completed via the Financial tab. You have the Income section, your expenses, your assets, liabilities, and credit score. So you'll click on the appropriate tabs, complete the budget for your client. Remember, if you are using the credit report to pre-populate your budget, you want to do that first, and then go in and complete the rest of your budget. If you do it in the reverse order, it's going to wipe out everything that you put in. So if you are using the credit report to pre-populate your budget, do that first, and then move forward and complete the budget. Okay, once you have all the information in, you'll click Save, and the budget will be saved into the system for your client. Section 3 is the action plan. So you're going to create the Universal Action Plan via the Universal Action Plan tab. You want to make sure all sections of the action plan are complete. We do have step-by-step instructions for you on how to complete the action plan in our RX Office manual. So make sure you're completing the steps, your action steps, all of the information in there. Okay, after the action plan has been completed and saved, you're going to print and have the client sign. You'll scan the action plan, name the document, and save it on the file on your computer, and then you can upload it back in to the RX Office system via the Documents tab. So this is an example of what the Documents tab looks like, where you would upload the action plan back into. So when you're ready to upload the action plan to the Documents area, you're going to click on the Upload button. Then you'll choose the file, the action plan that you saved in your computer that's signed by the client. You'll click Upload, And then just like that, the action plan would be uploaded into the documents area of the system for your client. Section 4, creating a workshop in the ARCS office system. So all workshops should be completed via the Educational Systems tab. You'll click Create Class, and that will allow you to set up a new class for your agency. You'll select your class category, you'll give the class a class ID, enter your name, HUD category, so on and so forth. Once you click Save, the workshop will show up in the system for your client. You can then click on the workshop and go into it and begin to work the workshop. So what I mean by that is now you can add your clients, you can print your certificates, you can print your sign-in or registration sheet. So once the workshop's set up, you can go in and begin to do all of the following. Okay, a few things I would like to point out as you're setting the workshop up. Majority of the time you are going to be selecting an individual class. However, if you do have a longer workshop that you're splitting up, that's when you would choose the parent-child relationship. So for example, our pre-purchase workshop is 4 hours. If you decide to split that up into 4 one-hour sessions, then the parent class would be the pre-purchase workshop, and then the child classes would be session 1, session 2, session 3, and session 4 under that parent class. So this is just an example of what that would look like in the system with the parent-child class. And then once you're in the workshop and you have all your students added, once the workshop is concluded, you can click on the box next to the names of the individuals that attended. You'll click the attended button. Their names will turn to green. Everyone else's would stay in red. And then when you're ready to bill PHFA for the workshop, it's very important to remember that you have to close the workshop up. If you do not close the workshop, then the clients will not show up on your billing report. So you have to close the workshop when you're ready to bill in order for your clients to show up. So you close it by simply clicking on the X on the main screen. You'll put in your class close date, you'll click Save, and now the workshop will officially be saved into the system, and you'll be able to pull your clients off of the workshop report and complete your billing as needed. Okay, so again, sections 1 through 4 was really a review for you of some important things to keep in mind as it relates to the ARCS office system. Here in section 5, we're really going to get into running the report and how you would proceed with the billing process. So to run your reports under CHCI, you're going to click on the Report tab followed by Executive Summary Reports. Here's where you'll find all of the different reports that you could bill for under our Comprehensive Housing Counseling Initiative. So basically what you would do here is select the report that you're looking to process the billing for. You'll enter your date range. So again, these should be for full months. Any clients that you see in May will be due June 5th. Any clients you see in June, for example, will be due July 5th. So you would put in the date range of the billing report that you're looking to pull. You would click Show Report. And then basically once that report appears on the screen, you're going to want to export it to an Excel spreadsheet. And once you export it to an Excel spreadsheet, you'll save it to your system. This is an example of the spreadsheet that you'll see. So it'll have all of the clients listed for the month that you selected. It'll have all the information that counselor has entered into the system for them. And there's one special column that you want to pay very close attention to. It's going to be the last column on the report, also called the missing column. You want to make sure that column is clear for all clients before you proceed. If there's information that shows up in that column, that means that the counselor has missed required data. and they need to go back into the system and fix it. Okay? So you cannot send your billing report into PHSA until the missing column is clear for all clients that you're sending over to us. Section 6, you're going to run the workshop report in a very similar manner. Okay, you want to click on the report tab, you'll click on executive summary reports, and then you click where it says workshop report. Again, you'll put in the date criteria for the report that you're looking to pull. You'll click show report. Again, reminder, you want to make sure that your workshop is closed before you pull this report. Same thing, once the report previews, you'll export it to an Excel spreadsheet, save it to your computer, and then an example of the report I have up here on the screen. Keep in mind, following fields are not required for CHCI reports. We don't need case numbers, and with the Social Security number, we only need the last 4 digits. So we do need the last 4 digits of the Social Security number. Section 7, CHCI counseling and coaching. So here we're just going to review with you briefly, give you an overview of the initiatives that fall under CHCI that can be billed for. Okay, we do a full training on the initiatives in our CHCI presentation. You can find a copy of this recording as well on our YouTube page, but here we're going to give you a brief overview. So types of counseling under the CHCI grant. We have pre-purchase counseling, pre-closing counseling, credit and budget counseling, default and delinquency counseling, non-default and delinquency counseling, mediation and diversion counseling, and then we have our coaching that is available to you as well. So we'll start with the pre-purchase counseling. So it's intended for clients who are ready to purchase a home within 6 months. To qualify, they must be either Tier 1 or Tier 2, and it's critical that the lender referral date is included when pre-purchase counseling is being conducted. This is going to be the date that you referred them to the lender, which is one of the last steps in completing the pre-purchase process. Eligible activities under pre-purchase counseling, so an assessment of the family housing needs, determining eligibility for first-time homebuyer programs, discussion, information, instruction, financial planning on the home buying process. We'll talk about the role of credit in the home buying and home ownership process. You can conduct an affordability analysis, assistance in getting pre-qualified for a mortgage loan, and the development of an action plan for the home buying process as well. Here, your reimbursement is going to be in 1-hour increments only. You're going to bill monthly using our CHCI invoice, which you can find on Counselor's Corner. You know, as standard, you're going to send securely to our CHCI billing address. Billing is due the 5th of each month. And here you have $100 per hour up to a max of 4 hours that can be reimbursed per household. Here, reimbursement is provided for only one member per household, so you want to keep that in mind as well. With pre-closing counseling, this is for potential home buyers who are ready to buy within 3 months, so they must be Tier 1. They must have been pre-qualified for our PHFA loan and have received a referral form from one of our PHFA participating lenders. Your eligible activities here, so you can talk about improving their budgeting and money management skills, loan application process, closing, taking possession of their home, and then a discussion on the PHFA loan products. Again, you must bill in 1-hour increments. You're going to use our CHCI invoice. Reimbursement is going to be $100 per hour up to a max of 2 hours, okay? So $100 per hour up to your max of 2 hours. And this is the only type of counseling where you can bill for if you have 2 spouses on the note. So for example, if you have husband and wife, they're both on the note, you can be reimbursed $100 per hour up to a max of 2 hours for each, for a total of $400. So next is credit and budget counseling. Your eligible clients here can be either home buyers or home owners. Okay, so someone that's looking to buy or somebody that already owns their home. So you have broad mortgage readiness that you can select here. Your eligible activities are going to be budget and money management skills, credit report analysis and repair, and the development of an action plan and savings plan. So here you can bill in 1 hour increments only. You want to bill using our CHCI invoice, which you've heard me mention. And here you have $100 per hour up to a max of 8 hours per household. Okay, so you can go all the way up to 8 hours with your counseling under credit and budget counseling. So next we have default and delinquency counseling. So this is for individuals who are current homeowners. Your eligible activities will be improving budgeting and money management skills, credit report analysis and repair, default and delinquency counseling, the development of an action plan and savings plan, and referrals to appropriate agencies, partners as needed. So here you can bill in 1 hour increments only. You're going to use our invoice that you've heard me mention a few times now. And you have $100 per hour up to 8 hours that can be reimbursed under default and delinquency counseling. Reimbursement is going to be provided for only one member per household. Next, you have your non-default and delinquency counseling. So this is for individuals who are current homeowners. So your eligible activities under our non-default and delinquency counseling will be home maintenance, home improvement, financial management, rights and responsibilities of homeowners. Here, you're still going to see the standard 1 hour increment that we expect you to bill in, and your reimbursement rate is going to be $100 per hour up to a max of 4 hours. So if you're non-default delinquency counseling, $100 per hour up to your max of 4 hours. You have our mediation and diversion initiative. This is for individuals that have received an urgent notice from the court. You can see eligible activities under mediation and diversion can be face-to-face counseling, case management, and court preparation time. So any of the three can be billed under this particular initiative. Still have your 1 hour increment, and with mediation and diversion, it's $100 per hour up to a max of 4 hours per household. Next, you have your post-purchase coaching. So this is for individuals that have attended the post-purchase financial education workshop. Your eligible activities would be to assess progress towards reaching some of the goals that were discussed in the workshop, addressing future steps to take for maintaining homeownership, and we have a suggestion for some topics here on the screen. So setting up a rainy day fund or increasing their individual savings or investments, eliminating the use of credit cards or lowering the amount of existing debt, reducing dangerous borrowing habits, planning for predictable life events, college tuition, or death of a spouse, child, or parent. Coaching is also available on the pre side. So that was post that we just discussed, but it is available on the pre side. So anybody who has attended the FECI workshop, you can do. The goal is to get the individuals back in for coaching. Your sessions are going to be a little bit different, though, on the pre side as opposed to the post. So you can see we have some examples here below: improving their credit score, increasing their savings or investments, increasing their income, recording and reducing their existing expenses, measuring their DTO, finally coaching them through the purchase of a home. So these are some eligible activities under pre-purchase coaching that could be billed for. Again, you want to bill in 1 hour increments, and with your coaching, you have $100 per hour up to a max of 4 hours per household. Post, same thing, 1 hour increments, $100 per hour up to a max of 4 hours per household. Billing invoices completed for your coaching sessions are submitted for each month separately, in which the coaching sessions are done, along with your CHCI report. So you do want to keep that in mind as it relates to the coaching. And then here we have a chart that really sums up everything that you can bill for under CHCI. Okay, items in red are, we've made some adjustments to the hours that are available to you. So hopefully you can see now there are additional hours that you can bill under certain initiatives under CHCI, and I just highlighted some of those for you. Okay, so make sure you're using this chart. Section 8, workshops. So we have the pre-purchase workshop. This is a 4-hour workshop. It's 14 different topics. You must have a PHFA participating lender present in order to be reimbursed for this workshop. To be reimbursed, you must have 7 households in attendance. You're going to bill using the CHCI workshop invoice, send it securely to our billing email address, and reimbursement for the pre-purchase workshop is $500. The anti-predatory lending workshop. So this workshop is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Can be combined with the other workshops that you're doing. You just want to make sure that you're billing them separately. So again, with this one, you must have 7 households. You're going to bill using our invoice, and reimbursement would be $250. Next is our Fair Housing, Fair Lending workshop. So it's 1 hour, 30 minutes. Again, you must have 7 households in attendance in order to bill. Billing must be sent to us securely using our invoice, and reimbursement for this workshop would be $250. So your workshop documents that must be submitted for reimbursement would be your invoice, your workshop report, and then an electronic copy of your sign-in sheet. Section 9, billing instructions. So, required information. All clients that you're billing or sending into us for reimbursement, you want to make sure that you have the following information listed: name, social, date of birth, all your demographic information. We should have complete budgets. We should have complete action plans, credit scores, and then all the appointment information should be listed in the user time log. Here's an example of what the user time log looks like. So again, we need to see the date in there, the time spent, the activity, and if the appointment is billable, it should be marked yes. Mode is very important. You know, if you're doing a face-to-face appointment versus a telephone appointment, it should be specified in that user time log. So document review prior to submission is very, very important. It's critical that all documents are thoroughly reviewed before submitting the PHFA. You want to make sure the information on all forms and spreadsheets coincides with the information in the ARC's office system. You can see failure to do so may delay your reimbursement. Please make sure all required client information has been completed in the system as well as on the reports. Refer to your funding policies for all required docs that must be uploaded into the system. And timely submissions are very, very important. Invoices that are submitted after the 5th of the month may not be reviewed until the following month. If your submission is delayed more than 60 days, you must have BDO approval in order to submit. So when you send your billing work into us, our billing processor will review it, make sure everything is there, all proper documentation. If there are corrections that need to be made, we will send you corrections out the first time, and we will give you 10 business days to respond with your corrections and updates. The second time it comes in, the second review, if there's still errors, we'll send it back again, and we'll provide 3 business days for you to get us the updated corrections, and your agency executives will be copied on that email. The third time we get the billing, if there's still errors, then what we do is we will simply take those clients off of your billing report and only pay you for the clients that are correct. So again, it's very important that you review this thoroughly before it comes into us so that we can get you paid as quickly as possible and that we can pay you for all clients that are listed on your billing report. So this concludes our CHCI Billing Requirements webinar. So I reviewed with you some important things to keep in mind as it pertains to the ARC's office system. I went through with you the different case types that you could bill for. under our comprehensive housing counseling initiative. And then we looked at some things to keep in mind as it relates to your reports and invoices and sending the information over to PHFA. If you do have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us in the counseling division. We would be more than happy to assist you. And now that you've taken the webinar, please proceed with taking the knowledge check so that we can complete the CHCI training requirement for you. Again, thank you for your time and attention today, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.